okay? It always cares more for the well-being and happiness of the other first, not its own. And in the process, it fills everything. But that kind of love we need to grow into. Because by nature, we're pretty self-centered people. We get into the world that way, you know what I mean? It's all about us, right? Some people just get told, it's all about them. So if we're going to love each other more and more, we have to understand God has designed marriage as a school in selflessness. Yeah. Sometimes boot camp in selflessness. And the sooner we understand that, the better off we are, because He's going on with His program regardless. Oh yeah. And the training is best when the tough times are coming, which means we're not feeling each other's needs. Yeah. Ladies don't get sufficient understanding from us, they cringe inside, the walls go up. Plus they hurt. Unless over the years, sadly, they had to build some tough, so it gets over their heads for protection, So unwillingness on our part to be more understanding and patient towards our wives, we just shoot ourselves in the foot every time. Because all we do is reinforce the walls that are there for protection. That's God's way to give us an opportunity to stretch, not to be so rough or insensitive, like we could be sometimes. We cringe when we get disrespected, or when our words are not trusted, when our motives are right, or we get insulted or put down. Except instead of get hurt, most of the time we get upset, or discouraged after a while, and we get to that point. It's bad news. It's so unwillingness on your part to be more trusting of your husband, meaning putting those walls down, only serves to reinforce the behavior you don't want to see on his part. So you end up shooting yourself in the foot when you don't do that towards him. See? That's how that works. And that's why in the Bible God tells us, submit to one another in love. That's the context of the teaching that God gave us there. Submit your wife to fill her needs because you love her. Submit your husband to fill his needs because you love him. And it's in the process of doing that, okay, especially during the tough times, when nobody wants to give it, that you realize how much you really care for each other. And then your trust in each other's love will begin to deepen, and your relationship will get stronger and stronger instead of weaker and weaker. Very important principles to understand. See, the very same trials that end up getting marriages to fall apart out there are the very same ones that give them an opportunity to become better. It all depends on how we react to them when they come. Because they come, unless you plan to make it to the Guinness Book of World Records or something like that. We never had an argument in all our lives. Yeah, and when they come, here is how God wants us to handle them. That's what He says in the scriptures. Don't go to bed angry with each other. He wants us to kiss and make up as soon as possible. Yeah, sooner the better, Yeah. For that, though, we have to swallow the old pride, Eat some of that humble pie. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I was wrong, I shouldn't have, I'll try better. Which places us on the platform to try better, built-in process of maturity. And when that happens, reconciliation takes place, everything goes fine. If it doesn't happen and it's not taken care of, it just starts to pile up. After some years, some people decide to just tolerate each other. Oh yeah. Maybe you've heard them, you know what they say? We stay together because they get. Not God's idea of marriage at all. Some others, you know what they do? They go find somebody else to be mushy with. And guess what? The cycle starts all over again. Until we understand, that's how it works. I see them coming back here all the time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't want to see you again, you know what I mean? Except for renewals. Renewals is okay. So very important principles. They're foundational for successful relationship. There's more of them, some more profound than what I shared here. And it's only as we walk in the ways that God has designed the marriage to function that it will become what He wants it to be. What do we want it to be? A rich and rewarding experience. It gets better and better over the years instead of worse and worse. So I encourage both of you to pray together and pray for each other and study your instruction manual, the Bible. You'll never be sorry for that. Everything we need for life is in there, in all of its facets. This one and the next. Too much religion out there, not enough of God. Face each other, please, and say, would you place the ring on your fiancé's finger? And let me take your bouquet for you, young lady. Thank you very much. Place the ring on her finger and repeat after me, if you would, please. Liz, I give you this ring.
Liz, I give you this ring.
As a pledge of my love and commitment.
As a pledge of my love and commitment.
And I take you to be my wife.
And I take you to be my wife.
I promise to be your faithful husband.
I promise to be your faithful husband.
I will love you and cherish you.
I will love you and cherish you.
Respect you and honor you.
Respect you and honor you.
Provide for you and protect you.
Provide for you and protect you.
For richer or poor.
For richer or poor.
In sickness and in health.
Sickness and in health.
For better or for worse.
For better or for worse.
All the days of my life.
All the days of my life. All right.
And Liz, if you would please place the ring upon your fiancé's finger. And say, David.